So today we're going to talk about how you can combine calisthenics into your weightlifting and strength training routine. But if you don't know who I am, I'm Chike, and I've been in the gym for roughly 9, 10 years now. And I've always had a natural love and affinity for the gym and fitness. And as a result, I built a pretty aesthetic, strong, capable body. And I'm here to just show you how you can do the exact same thing. And my philosophy my entire life has always been not to just be strong, but to just be capable, to be a hybrid athlete. Not only do I want to be able to bench 315 for 12 and squat 405 for 20, but I also want to be able to do 50 pull-ups and do one-arm pull-ups and leg ups and stuff like that. And although I may not be able to get there maybe as soon as I want to, at least naturally, like I am, I'm still going to aim for it and train as hard as I possibly can. You want to do the same thing. You want to be a hybrid athlete. If you're looking for the leaner sort of look instead of just the bulkier look like you see here, you want to make sure that you're incorporating calisthenics into your routine and that you stay mobile. And this is kind of bro science here, but think about it. If a body just adapts to only doing isometric movements and not doing dips and pull-ups and compound movements that work the micro muscles, then you're not going to build the muscles that will enable you to see this sort of physique when you burn the body fat. Because I'm not going to tell you that calisthenics is the only thing that you got to do to get your abs showing and get your obliques showing. Like, you want to have sort of like the leaner, bulkier Captain America, Black Panther looking kind of physique, right? You have to do the shit that they probably can do. And Captain America and Black Panther, they ain't just sitting up there lifting weights. They're doing pull-ups and flips and gymnastics and stuff like that. Even when you see like gymnasts, right? Even a gymnast, when you see their arms and their physique, it's more linear. It's because they're adapted to being airborne and to being capable and mobile. You want your body to adapt to being mobile. Even though this video isn't about me, you see my physique. This is my physique while I'm currently on a bulk. I'm eating in a surplus. You're not even supposed to see as much as my abs as you already see, but because I train calisthenics pretty often, you can still kind of see the leanness in my body. And this is me with the most fat on my body that I've probably ever had. And I'm not gonna lie and act like genetics don't play a part into it, but even the guy with the shittiest genetics, if he trains like an athlete and a hybrid athlete, like a gymnast, while combining weightlifting, you can build the size and the bulkiness like a weightlifter. But then when you incorporate calisthenics, you're gonna build those micro muscles so that like the obliques and the small muscles in your body, it's gonna make your body more capable, or more mobile, more agile. And when you burn that fat, like I just said, you're gonna see all that shit. But my philosophy is always to be capable. You don't want to just be strong as shit. You want to be a fucking superhero. That's what I want to be. I want to be a goddamn superhero. Even when it comes to female attraction, you will see chicks online talking about some, oh yeah, I love dad bods and all this stuff. It's a facade. It's really, some maybe do. But even then, it's like that doesn't, they're not going to rule out the guy that looks like Thor, that looks like Captain America, looks like Black Panther. They're not going to rule out the guy that looks like a fitness model that's lean. And that's kind of the body type you want as a man. You don't want to be that slow, big burly fuck like that one influencer, what's his name, Shan. Like, you don't want to be that big guy, right? If you do, then this video ain't for you, and that's perfectly fine, right? And he probably still gets girls and he still makes a good living, but even then, it's in your best health and in your best interest and for longevity to train calisthenics, because you want joint health and you want to be able to do different things like a pistol squat and a one arm pull up and all these different things. So let's get into the split. So you really have three options here. You have the ability to calisthenics workouts, or a key workout at the end of your split. You can do them in between your different workouts, or you can do a circuit. And so I'm going to talk about each one and I'm going to rank each of them. These workouts that I have listed here, if these words aren't too small, this is off of my own personal push day, meaning my chest and my triceps. So I'm going to be talking in reference to that. First thing that you could do is you can, like I said, add a calisthenics workout at the end of your workout. And this is mainly what I do when I'm trying to level up a certain skill. When you're trying to level up a certain skill, meaning you're trying to level up a certain workout, what I tend to do and what works better for me and what's probably going to work better for you is if you just focus on that one thing and you don't do other shit. I'll do my DB presses heavy for an infinite amount of sets up until I get to a certain weight for like 6 reps. And then I'll train for hypertrophy on skull crushers and also for my incline bench, for my incline DB press. But at the end of my workouts, I'll just do weighted dips. I'll do my weighted dips, and that'll be my calisthenics. And I'll also do that for my other days. For my pull days, I do hammer curls or supinated curls, and then I'll do some sort of back machine exercise or lawn mowers. And then I'll hit some shrugs. And then I'll finish off with some pull ups or some weighted pull ups or chin ups. It doesn't really matter what workouts you do. I like to stick it to 4 workouts because that gives me time to be intentional with 4 movements. I respond better to being intentional with less workouts than doing 60 fucking workouts. There are some weirdos out there that like to do that. That's fine. That's you. But because I have a job and I also have stuff to do at home, I like to keep my workouts under an hour or maybe under a little under an hour and a half. So I'll do 4 workouts. But what you can do, option one, add the workout that you're trying to level up rapidly at the end of your split. And this is good because you may not be the guy who's trying to be a master of 70 different calisthenics workouts right now. It's good to actually really get good at one. If you're a guy who's training to do something and you're trying to be someone of value in this world, you want to focus on one thing and get really good at the one thing instead of focusing on like 99 different things. The guy who's able to stick to one thing and get really fucking good at it can be a master of that thing and actually impress people and extract value from having that skill. It's the same thing with working out. When you get really good at one thing, then you can extract value from that. Now, when I actually did weighted deep dips for my pull day workouts, my overhead tricep DB extension shot up in strength. So keep that in mind. But option two, what you can do a calisthenics workout every other workout. And that's if you want to be more balanced, and that's fine too. So again, like I said, I have 4 workouts that I do. So when I was doing this sort of rotation or this sort of split or this combination in my workouts, I would do DB press and then after that I would do weighted dips. And then after that, I would do my chest flies, my incline chest flies for my upper chest, get that upper chest activation. And then I would do my pike push-ups. And when you're at sort of like an acute angle or standing up on or having your feet up on an elevated surface and targeting your upper chest with the push-up. And that's perfectly fine too, because you're still getting that work in. Now, the downside to this is that your arms may be dead because when it comes to calisthenics routines, you're doing a lot of reps and it can turn to a strength building actual intentional session in which you're getting tension in your muscles and you're actually pushing that shit to Helheim, or it can turn to a fucking cardio section. And what I like to do is I like to add weight to my push-ups. Now it's easy to add weight because you can add plates on your body or you can get the chain for your workouts, which I have a chain, but I'll have a chain on my dips for my dips and add weight so that it's not no damn cardio session. And if you notice here earlier on this drawing that I have here, again, like with weighted dips, because I'm trying to build strength with my dips, I'll do an infinite amount of sets for 6 reps, meaning I'll go up in weight 6 reps in that movement for a certain amount of weight. But it's up to you how you train that. All I'm saying, that's another option that you can do. And that can give you more balanced workout so that it's not focused on strength. Right now, I'm doing option one because I want to focus on getting stronger with my weights. And you can do option two, be more balanced with your workouts. Notice also in these workouts, what I like to do is I don't immediately go from one workout in which I train a certain muscle group to doing my next workout in that same muscle group. So I'll go from chest to tries, from chest to tries. And the reason I do this is because I want to maximize the potential in a certain muscle group throughout the workout. If I go from chest to chest, my chest is going to be fucking tired. And although some people may say, "Oh, that's really good," I like to train for power. I like to train for power and like to see my full strength because that's what gets me addicted to the gym. If going every single day means tiring out your chest till you can't even do a push motion when you leave the gym, then do that. Then do chest, tries. But I like to get the maximum benefit from my chest. So whether or not scientifically this takes away your gains, I don't know. But I do know that growth and tension is a U curve. It's not just a complete exponential curve up. At some point, too much stress in your muscle can actually cause the gains to go down. That's why I like to have my workout areas and my splits kind of staggered rather than just back to back. And your third option, which is actually my least favorite option, is you can circuit your calisthenics into your workouts. And what that looks like is in between for each workout, you'll do 2 workouts per set. That's what a circuit is. It's weaving workouts in between each other. So what I would do is what that looks like is maybe for my push day, I'll do DB presses. And then after my DB presses, I'll do push-ups. That's gonna get a lot of work in on my chest. And that's really good if you really want to focus on size, but then you can't really do much with actually trying to beat your records because your actual strength potential and your hypertrophy, like your rep range potential, is going to be skewed because you burnt your chest out with your push-ups. So that's why personally it's not my favorite. But that is an option if you want to burn your chest out really fast, get a really quick hard pump in. This is good if you want to do like a night routine. Like a night routine I used to do is a circuit of push-ups and pull-ups because that's all I had. And I would get the best pump. And that could actually be really beneficial if you're trying to maximize size. But I'm the guy who likes to get the most out of the weights in his workouts. This it ain't gonna get you to 315. It's not gonna do that, but it's definitely gonna get you the fucking tension and the stress that you need to get your chest tired to get whatever workout you're trying to do. And like what I would do for my legs on my calisthenics days is that I would do squats, RDLs, hamstring curls, and then I train on my pistol squats or do my wall sits. But if I were to do this same sort of circuit on my leg days, I don't think I'd be able to finish. And that just means maybe I just need to get strong. Maybe I'm just too weak. But if I'm trying to focus on strength training in my weight, you don't want to do a circuit. And again, if I were doing circuits, I'd probably just do 3 workouts because I'm already getting 6 workouts in just by doing 3 alone. But that's personal preference. But these are ways that you can combine calisthenics into your weightlifting and bodybuilding routine. It's really nothing too special or anything that amazing. You can kind of use your imagination and come up with this sort of idea on your own. But I hope that this sort of guy was like in depth enough for you to kind of get my perspective on someone who's been as consistent as long as I have and being a hybrid athlete and doing these sort of things because you want to have calisthenics into your workouts. I think honestly calisthenics is mandatory. If you can't do 15 pull-ups, you're in danger. But give each of these options a try. And when you do that, drop a comment, see which one do you think that would be your favorite. And not only that, but I show guys how to do this in my course that I am actually building for fitness so that you can build that leaner, bulkier body so that you can bulk, but to actually be like a goddamn hybrid, a superhero, someone who has that mobility that can attract women with this lean physique, even though he's still bulking. With bulking, you're going to gain fat, but it's not going to be to the point where you're just like fucking tired and heavy. You're going to be able to move around and actually feel good and actually see your records grow and see yourself get stronger and bigger and leaner. And I'll show you step by step exactly what to eat and how to do that. So if you like that sort of stuff, top link in the description. But so now if you want to learn more, go ahead and click on this video. Goodbye.